Yes. Yes, ma'am. Happy Tuesday. Happy team call day, you guys. Man, we have stuck with this team call time. I feel like are we on year 2? It works. People think I'm crazy. They're like, what time is your team call? I'm like, I know. It just works for our lives. Probably because we have so many moms on here. And so we also like have babies to put down, right? You guys, this is a very special team call. This is so fun. So Jessica Peterson went to Gold School. You guys know that. And she shared a very fiery team call with us last week, is sharing so many of her takeaways. She probably could have gone on for another 2 hours and none of us would have minded it one bit. From the feedback we got. It is so contagious to hear, and you can just tell it when they've had aha moments, when they've had training that makes sense to them, that they feel like they can put it into action right away. Something really special happened at Gold School, and this is what happens when you go to events. You don't only, I'm gonna mute some people. You don't only get to like hang out with your own team, but a lot of times you'll meet a sideline or 2 or 3. And I just feel like that is one of the best things you can possibly do in this business, because they're going to give you different input. They just are, because they're under different leaders and they have different stimuli. So we just want to say welcome to Melanie Horst. Thank you so much for joining us. Melanie went Fast Start Gold. Fast Start Senior Gold. Do you guys know what senior gold is? Right? Senior gold is 250 points. I want you to start putting these numbers in your brain, okay? I love to start with gold. How much is gold? How many points is gold? 100 points. Golds are incredible. Once you've gone gold, you're like, yes, now I know how to help somebody else go gold. Well, let's just put it this way, you guys, and maybe we'll find out from Melanie how she hit Fast Start Senior Gold, because there are many ways to get to 250 points, okay? She could have brought on 42 level 1s. You know how I came up with that number? I took 250 points and I divided it by the number of points that our level 1s are worth when we bring them on, which is 6 points. So it's really like she could have brought on 41.6 people, but we'll round it up. So she could have brought on 42 people of her own, fast start, super duper quick. Or she could have made 2 golds and a senior silver. Or who knows what she did. She could have made a ton of senior silvers or all silvers. We don't know. But Jessica, do you want to announce, Melanie, since you guys met up this last month?
Yeah, so Melanie was at the table that I sat at. She's under the Jessica Heffley team. So if that name sounds familiar, like that's who she's a part of. Awesome culture there. And I was just like, hi, who are you? And she started talking, and she's only been with Plexus, again, Fast Start Senior Gold, with like 4 to 5 months. So I mean, this woman went from like 0 to 250 points really fast. She has a great heart for people. Her health story was first like the most mind-blowing thing I heard. And then I started asking her, oh, what rank are you? And then just more questions. I'm like, she needs to share, because she loves people. She loves God. She just wants to feel better. And I'm so excited for you guys to hear her story.
Yay. Melanie, we're so excited to hear from you, because as you know, like, we all need continued inspiration. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing this or how new you are. We need inspiration from people at every level, every stage. I know for me, I'm like, okay, so if this girl just like went up 250 points, that means I can go to up 250 points. I can do what she did. What did she do? You guys, that's how I want you to think right now. Also, you have people in your lives, in our networks, that guess what? You might be able to help them go fast start gold, senior gold, ruby. Do you believe it's possible? We have to start believing it's possible before anything else. Melanie, thank you. Do you want to take it away, lady?
You're so welcome. Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me. That is so gracious. I appreciate that, for you giving me the opportunity and the platform to pour into other women. That is something that I'm extremely passionate about. I love people. I'm a people person. I'm going to quote something that I have in my little journal here and let that marinate for a minute. And you guys gave me some bullet points to talk about. And so I've made some notes. So I'm going to try to get this in. And I'm really Southern, so I might talk real fast. So we're on a limited time here. The art of influence, persuasion, and generating top producing business results. And then I kind of just did some bullet points. Master the simple, study human behavior, body language versus words. Words are powerful, but people are going to look at your body language more so than your words in the beginning. People can tell. I mean, I'm all about, sharing someone else's verbiage, but when we get lackadaisical and lazy and we're just slinging it out there, people know. So they can feel that. Believe it or not, they can feel that. So if I swap someone's verbiage, I kind of tweak it and put my own spin on it. And so influence with integrity, not being salesy or pushy, and being persuasive with intelligence, class, and not by being a bossy person or a know-it-all. So that's the very beginning of my little, she believed she could, so she did. So I keep that in my forefront all the time, and I read that every day. So let's see, you guys gave me 4 points to kind of talk about. The first one was what was my steps, my mindset, and things like that, and what I did to help me reach senior gold. First off, mindset. I'm a Christian, and so mindset really is everything in the natural and in the spiritual. If you're not a spiritual person, just in the natural overall. So I wrote a scripture out that I keep very close to me, which is Romans 12:2. Renew your mind daily. I cast down anything negative. I talk to myself. I'm my own. Here's another thing. I didn't wait for my upline, Kelly Allen. I didn't wait for her to go break the bread and bring it back, because that's not my personality. I'm somebody, you throw me to the wolves, I'm going to come back leading them. That's just my purpose in the kingdom of the Lord. That's not bragging. That's all God. That's all his credit. So really self-talking, being my own cheerleader. How the story happened. I had cancer in my lungs, and I was diagnosed with that. And so I'm almost 50 years old, and the Lord showed me that he was going to heal me. I didn't know how he was going to heal me. I didn't question that. I was stuck in the bed 85% of the time, and I was over 60 pounds heavier. And so I've been to 3 top universities. And so I said, Lord, I refuse to believe that you can't use me from the bed. So I just started praying for people, and I just refused to believe that the 85% of the time that I was stuck in the bed, that I was not valuable to God, and I couldn't be valuable to my family and be valuable to others. And so the Lord just so graciously healed me supernaturally. I will have to tell you that I didn't have to do chemo or radiation, and I feel bad for people that do. God designs our journeys for whatever reason. I didn't know if he was going to heal me, and take me to heaven. I mean, I didn't know how it was going to look like. I was just like, Lord, I don't need to know that. I'm just going to give it to you. And so in March of this year, I went to Vanderbilt, and they pulled up my scans, and they showed me before I was diagnosed, after my PET scans, and then my present PET scan. Everything was gone except for I always say God leaves his fingerprints. Jesus does. There was scar tissue from where it resides, where it was. And so I came home a couple weeks later, was laying in the bed, and the Lord spoke to me, and he said, are you going to waste that healing? And I was like, no, God, I'm not. And this is where it gets deep. I don't mean to be offensive. I hope it doesn't come across that way. I knew what the Lord was going to speak to me before he ever did. I knew he was going to convict me with gluttony and overeating. Being in this prison in my house with 7 autoimmune diseases and cancer, food became my little love language. I guess it was I just ate for whatever I felt. I just ate. I did. And so he told me to pick up my bed and walk. And convicted me with food. And he swung open this door so big and so wide. I mean, I was pretty high up with Pampered Chef, and I was just not wanting to give that up, to be honest. I enjoyed entertaining, always prayed and hoped that I would get back to doing that because I love people so well. And so that for me, it was the Lord convicted me, showing me that he has a calling on my life and there is a higher purpose that he is wanting to put me in. And so started Plexus, never wanted to be an ambassador. Matter of fact, I thought Plexus worked like Pampered Chef, like you earn the supplements, you know. So I reached out to a lady that I'd been in business class with 2 years, and I'm like, Kelly, can you sell me that little pink drink? You know, can I buy some of your stock? You know, she's like, well, Melanie, that's not necessarily how it works. I'm like, well, what do you mean? Don't you earn it? And she's like, not necessarily that. And so I was like, well, you know, they say my liver can't handle supplements. So just give me the pink drink and I have no energy. I really need help. See, I started taking the steps that God has started calling me into. And so I ordered the pink drink, the slim, and the active. One drink. This is you know, I wouldn't recommend telling this to everybody because not everybody, I've learned, has instant results like I did. But one drink, I was up and out of the bed and I was like, what is this stuff? Like, it just blew my mind. And so I was on the products for over a month. I was up and out of the bed. I mean, I had my life back, and I'm like, what in the world is this crazy stuff? I didn't tell. My husband knew. And the last child I had at home at 17, he knew. I kept it a secret. And my mother's my housekeeper. I pay her to come and clean. I hid it, y'all, in the bathroom under the counter. I was so afraid that if I told anybody that I would have to fight harder with mindset. And I was afraid that it would just put a target on me, you know, spiritual warfare. And I just wanted it to keep working. So I didn't tell anybody for over a month, about a month and a half. But she came down here and she was cleaning, and she gets into my bathroom cabinet and she pulls it out. She's like, oh, Melanie, you're on what the sister wives are on. And at first I was like, she just invaded my privacy. I was so upset about that. She's like, I know this stuff worked. I watch these women on TV. And so I was like, okay, Mom, like that's, you know, I was taken back by that because I wasn't ready to share. And I was like, well, why don't you just let me make you a drink? It was an uncomfortable situation. And because she was pulling me out of my comfort zone. So I mixed her up one and then sent her home with 4 or 5 days. And then I got to thinking about it, you know, how selfish of me. You know, I've been on these products a couple months. How selfish is that to keep it to myself and not, there is other Melanies with 7 autoimmune diseases, maybe more. There's other people with cancer, other people with these horrible diagnoses looking for hope. I never dreamt that the Lord was just going to go poof and heal my lungs. There was some moments through that was like a real hard Gethsemane years that I walked through. But looking back, that when he spoke that healing, it happened. And so I was just like, okay, Lord, I'm going to show up every day for you. I don't know what this looks like. I'm willing to give up this big title. I'm willing to give up this mega payday with Pampered Chef. I'm going to just turn it all in and turn it all over to you. And he totally caught me by surprise, and he probably had to do that because I'm a little lister and a goal-oriented person and a carrot chaser. And so I just said, I'm going to put it up in my stories. Maybe it'll help Kelly. That's initially what I thought. And so I put it up in my stories, and then bam, a couple months here I am, senior gold. And it has been crazy. And I can talk about little steps that I've done that helped me do that as well. But, you know, don't feel bad for sharing, guys, because what if Kelly hadn't showed up in business class with Plexus? What if the day that the Holy Spirit drew me to her, what if she didn't go live that day? Lives is where it's at. What if she didn't go live? I would still be in the bed. You know, that's how important it is to show up every day for the Lord and show up for yourself and show up for others. And it's literally changed the trajectory of my life. And so I've only been actually selling Plexus a couple months. I still have a month and 2 or 3 weeks for my fast start. And I'm after I'm hoping to hit senior Ruby. So I will share with you guys. I'm going to give it a minute to see if anybody has any questions, but I have got some wonderful gems and some principles that I go by about being an influencer. People, they're not looking for you to sell them something. They're looking for you to be positive in their life, to be an influencer. How do you sell them something without them realizing that that's actually what you're doing? Be an influencer, be authentic to yourself. You want to read the comments, because I'll be like a squirrel. If somebody's got questions, if you'll call them out, I can answer them. But renewing my mind, and Jessica asked me about mindset and how do I encourage people, and this is the steps that I go by. 8 steps. I pay attention and I listen. Most of the time, listen to what people aren't saying. Number 2, praise others for their help. Number 3, acknowledge others. Number 5, celebrate the wins. And I'll just keep going down the list. Your power is in your smile. People love to see your face. I hid for so long behind the social media. I didn't like showing my face all the time because I was heavier, but they want to see you. I let people in the struggle looking all janky. Don't use the filters. Come live. Listen, if you're such a cookie cutter and you show up all put together, does that really, there's a time and a place for everything, but if you show up and let people in this perfectly mess of yours, that speaks to women and men. Show up as yourself. I showed up. If you guys, you can go follow me on Facebook. I don't mind. Scroll, and I encourage you to do that. Go back and look years ago. You will see that I was so black underneath my eyes. I mean, I looked like a completely different person. I was so sick. And who knew that a little pink drink and some supplements and this good collagen and skincare, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I was. So show up as be authentic. People can tell if you're just messy posting or throwing it out there to be done for the day. Schedule 15 minutes, allot your time block. Schedule time to work with purpose and intention instead of being, we're all guilty. We're all moms here, most of us probably, copying and pasting, saying, oh, that task is done for the day. But I promise when you do that, people can feel that. I can't say that I've never done that, but they feel what you feel. Let's see. And watch how you speak. Do you speak with authority? Do you speak with integrity? Or do you speak from a negative viewpoint? And the last thing that I left for last is love big and give extravagant. And what is the definition of extravagant? To exceed what is reasonable. I love extravagant and I give extravagant. With Plexus, it's not just so much what can I get, but it's what can I give. Add value to people. What sets you apart? Here's a funny thing that I do. I sat back and I was like, I've got to rebrand myself. How do I go from everyone seeing me, their local pampered chef lady that gets free shipping? How am I going to rebrand myself? And so I love Stanley cups. So and I thought, how can I tie in Plexus and add value back? So I bought a whole bunch of Stanleys and I name them. And I have customers that they can't wait for me to post a new name with an attitude. So that's what sets me apart. What is it about you that will make people continually come into your Facebook? Because you're planting the seed of Plexus, even with the Stanley cup, because I need 80 to 120 ounces of water to flush the toxins, right? So everybody loves a good Stanley, a 40 ounce. So this one's Rose, and I call her the bossy heifer. So people they just, I've had customers say, how many Stanleys do you really own? Hey, I have a Cricut. I would love to put the names on them. So being silly and witty, life is so hard. It really is. So I want to make people laugh, and I want to, I want people to feel good. I want to spread the fragrance of Christ, and I want to leave a legacy behind of him. So there's ways that you can do that. Some people won't let you talk about Jesus, but this little bossy heifer right here, I posted about Rose with scripture. I gave her this bossy attitude, how she bosses me around, getting this 80 ounces of water in, and then I put scripture at the bottom. So it's an intentional plug. People will always let you witness to them about the gospel. It's the way you carry yourself, leaving a legacy worth leaving. Leave a legacy worth leaving behind for your children, for your grandchildren, and for those around you. So that is what the Lord has put on my life. And brand yourself. What is it about you that sets you apart from everybody else? Start brainstorming, get you a piece of paper and write all the things that make you different and unique. I'm telling you, these Stanleys, honey, they brought me in 1 month, I triple ranked. I mean, just this little bossy heifer right here. I mean, I've got George, and then there's Georgia. There's several. I got all kinds of them. But like I'm saying, tax write-off. Here's another thing. I don't know what state you guys live in, but in the state of Tennessee, I have a CPA. So my nails and my hair and my little gut health shirts used to be paper chef. I brand myself. So you can show up with intentions without saying, hey, you want to buy some plexus? And I'm all for reaching out and cold messaging. I just started cold messaging. I really don't like that word, polite messaging yesterday. I did all of this without reaching out to people because I said, I want to leave a legacy and I want to influence people the right way, with a heart of love and a heart of gratitude and serving others. Don't look at it as like, oh, I'm so nervous if she's going to buy my pink drink or my active. Let me tell you, all of us moms need some energy. You have keys that somebody else needs. What if, like I said, what if Kelly did not show up out of fear or whatever? What if she didn't show up? I would still be stuck in the bed. How many of you today want to walk away and be, a kingdom impact individual and want to radically change the lives of others? It's about a heart perspective, an upright heart. God honors all those things. And let me see, does anybody have any questions before I go on to the next step?
You guys can unmute if you have a question.
What's your last name?
Horst, Horst. And I'm not perfect, guys. I'm very new at this, and I'm right here. I'm learning all these things too. So just trying to come, and break the bread and multiply it for not only myself, but my peers and everyone else around me.
So Melanie, I have a question. How did you go senior gold? Did you bring on 42 level ones? Did you help some silvers?
Yeah, I just in the last 2 weeks helped a couple of my teammates rank silver and senior silver, but I knew that these products worked. I take every single product that Plexus has. I didn't start out with that. I gradually built my body up to tolerate them. So I was like, okay, right now we have 2 houses. This house hasn't sold yet. How am I going to afford this? So your why should make you cry. What is your why? Write down your why. I keep my why in front of me. I don't ever want to go back in the bed again. I don't ever want to be stuck in the prison I was stuck in before. I don't want to go backwards being even more overweight than what I was. I know that I need this. Gut health is really real. So what steps did I do? I didn't wait for my upline. I didn't, blame lack of training, or I don't have access to her every 5 minutes. I just said, hey, I'm going to do this thing. Like, wow, this gets me up out of the bed. I know I need XYZ amount of dollars. I want to bless some people on the way. I'm going to go get this thing. I'm going to go get the bread, bring it back, and bless other people with it. So I went on Instagram. I found all kinds of holistic coaches. I started doing free webinars. That's another little action step. I'm a kind of need to know person. Some people aren't a sciencey nerd like myself. I have to know how everything functions and operates. That's just me. So I started educating myself. I time blocked time off to be able to go spend 15 minutes, 30 minutes and get educated on gut health. So that's another little tip. And then, like I said, I'm just now doing reach out. I would encourage you guys to make a list of 25 people, 10 to 25 people, and you can talk to your sponsor or your diamond upline or whoever your upline is if you need help with verbiage. And I would encourage y'all to do that. I wish I would have done that sooner. I did yesterday and had several people want more information. I was afraid to do that. But I encourage you to reach out, because there is people that watch you that you don't ever know about. And I didn't realize that until I started sharing about Plexus. There's been people that has watched me for years that messaged me and said, I want what you have. Give me the exact regimen that you're on, because they know, I would never lie, and they know that I'm a reputable person. So how can you bring that on the table for others, that when you speak, you command the room? Is having a heart of integrity, being known for that. What are you known for? And people love to help you decide. Facebook, we got to work on our algorithm. So sometimes I'll post pictures of like my nails and I'll say, y'all help me decide today. I can tell when Facebook is hiding my posts. So I have to get a little creative with that. People love to decide things for you. Go find a sale at Belk's or Penny's, or if your local grocery store has grass-fed beef or chicken on sale, put it on there. Add value to people. Just don't be the person that shows up to be a taker. Give. I promise, if you follow the biblical principles with tithing, tithes is not just your money, it's your time, your gifts, your talents. Pour into people, add value. They don't see me as somebody that's just showing up to take $1 and give them some supplements. So what is it about you that makes things different? That you can add character, spice, flavor, brand yourself. Like I said, you don't always have to speak. Your body language speaks for you. A gut health t-shirt, Amazon, find them for $9. Use it as a tax write-off. Duplication is very, very important. And I'll say, I know you know all about duplication. So duplication, I wrote down, creates multiplication. And then I've covered the holistic doctors on Instagram. They're a dime a dozen, do their free webinars. And also, we're all busy moms. How can I add value? Batch your content. I take this one pink drink. I grab 3 or 4 shirts. I'll go all through my house and outside, snap, snap, snap. And I have a month's worth out of one drink and 1 photos. And then I load them up in my VIP groups and on Facebook, and I schedule them out. So that, boom, 5 minutes out of one day, boom, that's done. And so I do that. And then I listen to podcasts. And if you don't have this book, I highly recommend it. It's Exactly What to Say. I believe you guys had done this many years ago with the book club with Plexus. This is one of the best books outside the Bible that I have ever read. Exactly What to Say, Phil Jones. Phenomenal book. And then I do like John Maxwell's podcast. This is a phenomenal book. So I love academics and education. And like I said, don't wait for your upline to break the bread. Go find it. Educate yourself. I mean, don't exclude her. Include her in on what you're doing. If you have questions, sure, ask her. But it's our responsibility. We're the CEO of our own business. We have to take that initiative to be consistent every single day. So I knew that I needed the money for the products. I knew God gave me a miracle, and I knew that he would equip me because he had called me. And so, and also another thing that I do, I don't know if many of you know Kelly Horst or not. She's not on my team. I found her because I'm a big researcher. She's a pharmacist. She's with Plexus. Her videos are short, simple, and concise. And if someone orders Active Slim, whatever they order, I will go grab Kelly Hulst. It's Hulst. I'll go grab her YouTube video and I send it to them because I want them educated on their products. And another little thing that I do is because when you got so many people, it's hard to remember what everybody orders, right? So I tell everybody, I just want to love on you because you make it about them, not about yourself. And I say, I just want to love on you. I'm going to take the time to make you a graphic. So girl, when you get your Plexus box, honey, you just go right ahead and snap me a picture and I'm going to give you a time frame to start your products. Make it fun. You know, I just throw in my little country lingo. And secondly, it holds them accountable because once they've taken that step of snapping a picture of their photo, psychologically it says, hey, I'm responsible. I got to be consistent with these products. When you send it back to them, you can use PixArt, Pixcollage, Canva, whatever, start them out small in their supplements. And that also tells them that, hey, I care. And then go to the Dollar Tree, all tax write-off, grab you some, or the dollar store, Walmart, whatever you want to do, or Amazon, and get thank you cards. Take the time to mail out your customers a little thank you. Thank you for joining Plexus. If you want to put a scripture in there, ever how you live your life, it just says that you care about them. You've taken initiative and a little bit of time to say thank you for, taking this journey with me, girl. I'm just so excited to take this journey with you. And I'm, speak life back into them. I'm so excited to see your results too. And in 3 months, plant that seed because they know in 2 months they can get their money back. So I want to take them a step further than that. Hey girl, I just cannot wait to your 3rd month to have amazing results because it takes 3 good, really months to start seeing a significant difference. I'm so excited that you locked arms with me and let's do this, be their cheerleader, and so those are some little principles that I do.
This is so fun, Melanie. I love this. And I have to ask this, and maybe there are others here that have been wondering too, but I'm like, tell me what you said in your reach outs yesterday. What kind of things did you say?
I can go grab it and then post it. I can send it to you in Messenger and then you can share with them if you would like.
That would be fabulous. Thank you.
Yeah, just always, don't make it about yourself. And I don't go for the gusto in the beginning. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. So the nervous people, the anxious people on here that are like myself, I felt like I was gonna throw up, but I said, you know what? I'm only like 400 points away from earning the shopping spree, but more, I want my plane ticket. The shopping spree that's okay, but I'm after getting my hotel paid for, my plane ticket. So I'm like, how can I win and they win too? I don't make it just about me. So I was like, I'm gonna have to come up with some really snazzy verbiage here that indirectly but directly, I plant that seed and leave an open-ended question to have that dialogue back and forth. And I think sending a video too, a really short video, because people's attention spans are short, that helps tremendously. And don't feel like that you have to know everything, because there's 2 types of people. There's people like me that have to know how everything works. I think Miss McCollum probably should have been an engineer. That's how my brain works. And I have customers that's like, okay, I don't want to know all the science behind it. You just tell me what to do. So, you have people that start out that are nervous and they don't have the time to go research. Maybe they have more kids. I only have one left at home. I have a 33-year-old and a 17-year-old. So my 33-year-old, he's got his life. So I have one that's still left at home that's homeschooled. So I try to time block. Time block is really, really big because, we're all busy. Even if you're a stay-at-home mom, it is, time can get away from you. Batch your content significant, and that helps tremendously. And it's so funny. I'll run around here. My 17-year-old gets cracked up. I'll have 3 shirts and I'll be, changing and get my drink around and all that stuff. But you know what? I've got my work done. Out of 5 minutes, it's done for the whole month. about your content.
Wow. I hear a lot of intention and passion, and it is coming through the screen. It is so contagious. Can you guys feel just her excitement and energy? I'm like, I join her. What in the world is she drinking? She could be like holding up a purple drink, and I'd probably like leave plexus right now for her. Like, we're already feeling your influence through the screen, you know? So there really is something to that energy, to the care for others, to having a heart of integrity. I think that there's a confidence. I don't know, hearing you, listening to you, I'm like, there is a confidence, a steadiness about you. And it's leadership, it's influence. And I'm like, what is it? I think some of it is just, you are confident. You know who you are. You know whose you are, right? And you know you want to help others. So this is way more simple than we make it. Oh my goodness. You know, it really, really, really is. This has been such a blessing. Do you have any last thoughts for us?
I do. You are worth climbing the top of the tree for the best fruit. Stop picking low-hanging fruit. You're worth it.
Wow. I love it. So you're worth getting to work, right? The work is worth it, and it will be a blessing for you, and you'll be the first one to actually be able to eat that fruit. And then of course we pray that that fruit would be glorifying to the Lord and to so many that come after us. Well, I'm going to mention a couple of things that stood out to me the most. It was basically the entire thing, but I'm just going to start calling all of us the busy heifers. That is going to be like our team name, like no more guts and grace community. Like that's going to be our customer page. The busy, what is he busy? Oh no, the bossy heifers. Hilarious. Okay. Let's show up with authenticity, letting people in a little more to the hard and to the messy, you guys. Time blocking, setting the timer on Amazon. They're the coolest timers. They're like $10 and you can set them to 15, 30 minutes. And they're just, I don't know, very aesthetically pleasing, and just, or use your stinking, oven timer, which is what I use in the past. One thing that Melanie said that I love, she just said, always speak with integrity, and the love big, give extravagantly, be always thinking, what can we give? And I will tell you, I think that that's one of the hardest parts when you join Plexus, and maybe you're joining like me. I was dealing with depression. I felt so emptied, beyond emptied, with my own children, my own marriage. I mean, everything, my own health. But it was incredible how God really did just wake up my heart again for others and start seeing them in a new light, ways that I could serve. So maybe ask God for that. The majority here are Christians, so that is a huge blessing to all of us. I love that she said, just be really thinking about what sets you apart. Be your quirky, adorable self. And then lastly, man, go after those 10 to 25 people and just start messaging them. Set the timer, see how many you can reach out to, and post. Melanie, you have been such a true blessing to all of us today. We feel the energy, we feel the encouragement. Are you guys just loving this? Please unmute yourself and let's just say thank you to Melanie for joining us today.
Thank you
so
Melanie.
much.
Thank you, Melanie.
So good.
If I can help, guys, let me know. One thing that I forgot to mention that I want to leave you guys with is positive encouragement. I send these to my customers and my team. I just started growing a team. 7 things. Hang in there. Don't give up. Keep pushing. Keep fighting. Stay strong. Never give up. Come on, girlfriend. You can do it. Doesn't that just really, isn't that really a gung-ho when one of your sidelines or your upline, downline, maybe they're struggling, maybe they need prayer, just send them that. Even your customers, when they start to detox, girl, you got this, guy, you got this. I have men on my team too, but offer that encouragement. They will always remember you.
And isn't that what's so lacking in this world, really? There are so many, I believe, that come onto Plexus that as grown adults, it's been forever since somebody has at all believed for them and looked forward to their life changing, actually caring enough to be like, I want to see you transform. I want to help you. I love you. I mean, when is the last time that we said that to our customers and our business builders? Really? This is something like, I know time block moment, those intentional moments, like we make time for our children, our spouses, everything else. It's the same thing with this beautiful business. Thank you again and again, Melanie. Thanks everybody for joining. That was fabulous. Have a great day. I can't wait to see what's next for you.
Thank you. You guys. Let's see.
Ruby,
Thank you.
God bless you.
Bye.